Hello and welcome to Belle's channel, and today we will be talking about the much anticipated PlayStation 4 game Days Gone. In this video we will be talking about the storyline, gameplay, creatures, fractions and survivor camps, as well as many other game features that this exclusive PlayStation 4 game offers. Please be warned though, this video does contain minor spoilers. So, let's jump in. Days Gone is set in Oregon, a state in the Pacific Northwest of America. It has vast forests and dry mountains, as well as many other types of terrain. The game itself is set 2 years, or 730 days after the global pandemic began, and turned those who were infected or bitten by what the inhabitants of the now post-apocalyptic Oregon call as freakers. Now this is only a snippet of the map, but as you can see in the top right hand corner, it represents the days gone since the world fell apart. Anyway, in this post-apocalyptic world, you play as Deacon St. John, an ex-member of a biker gang turned bounty hunter, who travels freaker-infested Oregon with his best pal Boozer, who it appears was a part of the same gang as Deacon was pre-apocalypse. They seem to have a tight bond, but it's strained due to Deacon's emotional state at the beginning of the game, after what appears to be from a personal tragedy. And from the videos it appears to be from the death of Sarah, his wife-to-be, which is understandable. Also, Deacon has a love of killing freakers and the open road, which is why I think he fits most definitely the criteria of a bounty hunter, but I also think he is a very complex character, but I'm sure the game will tell us the whole story of Deacon St. John. Now, since we know or have an idea of Deacon St. John, I think we can talk about the story and missions. I think it's pretty clear that some of the missions will be collecting bounties, although it also appears that we will be clearing out freaker nests, freaker hordes, and marauder camps for bounties as well. This also allows us to gain trust with survivor camps and allows us to fast travel around the map. There are also, of course, side missions and the main storyline, but from what Bend Studio has shared, it starts after I'm just going to warn you there's spoilers here, it starts with Boozer and Deacon trying to avenge a gang of theirs that were taken down by one of their own, named Leon, who has obviously stolen some drugs or something. And then we hunt him down, deal with that, and then because of the shooting that you had with him, Deacon's bike is like blown. So you got to go and find a repair part, but in the meantime Boozer gets thingied, and then it just carries on from there. But we do know the bike needs to be rebuilt, so that is one of the main storylines. But other than rebuilding our bike and following Deacon with his pal Boozer throughout post-apocalyptic Oregon, the storyline hasn't been confirmed. But we do know for sure the quest will contain freakers. These, unlike what many people think, aren't exactly zombies, since freakers are infected people who are still alive. They depend on their primal instincts, such as eating, as you can see here, drinking, and hibernating in nests, or from recent videos, hibernating in caves. Also, freakers even swarm together to migrate across Oregon. And when they are together, they use, as according to Bend Studio, a hive mind. Now, freakers is a broad term for the different variations. In fact, there are 4 types of freakers that we know of so far, including a large amount of freakers. The first one is swarmers. These are the most common freakers you'll come across and normally travel in small packs of 2 or 3, or they can travel in large swarms which consist of about 20 to 50 freakers. And then there are newts. These are freakers turned before adulthood, and they mainly leave you alone unless you are low on health or enter their territory, which is usually on the top of buildings or cars, as other freakers will eat them. Then there are screamers. These are female freakers who, if not dealt with quickly, can call other freakers or even swarms to end you. Then, from recent videos, is a new type of freaker called breakers. This is displayed in recent video called Fighting to Survive. And all that was told was that you find a breaker, you're in trouble. So I imagine they will be a formidable enemy. And as you can see, he's destroying another swarmer, who's obviously, another freaker, who's obviously quite smaller than he is. But they're probably not as bad as hordes, which consist of 250 to 1,000 freakers. But they are mainly, or they should be, quest orientated, and usually are found at mass burial grounds, because they're able to feed, which, as I said, is a primal instinct, which is why them burial grounds attract them. Now, most freakers will be stronger and faster than you, so it's important that you have supplies and use skill or stealth against them before they kill you. But if they do kill you, you will respawn, and you will respawn with your bike and supplies, so do not worry too much about that from early on. Now, in Days Gone, it isn't just you and the freakers. And no, I'm not talking about your friend Boozer and you hang at your safe house. In fact, there are numerous other factions. Some are friendly survivors who mainly occupy camps known as survivor camps, such as Copeland's camp, all which have their own laws and beliefs. Like Copeland believes in the Constitution, so martial law is in effect. But you do gain trust with these camps, and you get quests from them, and if you collect bounties with them and gain trust, they will allow trading. But there are other vicious groups, such as Rippers, which are a part of a cult called Rest in Peace, who scar their bodies and burn up Boozer's arm. And then there are Marauders, who steal, kill, and do other unsavory things, and will attack you on sight, much like Rippers. There is also a faction called NERO, which stands for National Emergency Research Organization, and these do have 12 checkpoints around Oregon, which hold quite valuable loot. But it is unconfirmed whether you would see the NERO or whether they are hostile, but they do link to the storyline. Now, if you do want to see more information on the fractions, then please look at my video, Days Gone Fractions. It will be uploaded in the following week or so. So, now that we've talked about creatures, fractions, and terrain, let's talk about the gameplay in the world itself. As said before, the world is separated into 6 sections. And from the videos, the world looks amazing. And it is completely open world. There are no load screens, and all the buildings and things like that are all open, so it makes the game as fluent as possible, which I think is kind of most definitely what Bone Studio was aiming for. But this could open up to a few glitches at the start of the game, so do be aware of that. But but not only the world, but there is the environment that they've given us, which alters gameplay. This could be weather, such as rain, fog and snow. This is just an idea of the world. Tells you the time, tells you the days, and obviously the sections. But again, going back to the weather, as you can see, the rain completely affects the actual world, as well as Deacon's abilities. The weather system can affect freakers, excuse me, as well as your visibility, as well as other creatures of Days Gone. And as you see, the snow, it definitely affects freakers. The snow, it makes them stronger. So do be aware of that. The game also has a day and night cycle, which can again affect this, as I said before, such as freakers become stronger at night, Deacon's visibility is reduced at night, but then again, so is human visibility, such as Marauders, so they won't see you as easily, so that's obviously, it just shows you the benefits of the day and night, and how it affects your gameplay. There is also wildlife in the game, which is affected by the weather and day and night cycle. These can be deer, bear, wolves, and rabbits, But again, these can be affected by the environment and the day and night cycle, as well as what seasons you're in. But also, the wildlife can be affected by the Freaker virus as well, as seen in the demo videos of Freaker Bear and Wolves. I will include the demo videos. There is the demo video and then the alternative demo video. But I will include those. So, the environment, to say the least, of Days Gone looks amazing. And the world is quite large and must hold countless hours of exploration. But that doesn't mean you cannot fast travel, because you can. But the fast travel routes can be blocked by nests or even hordes or human camps, like marauder camps. So you'll need to clear those to open these routes and to unlock them. But during your travels of Oregon, so you'll not only face freakers and murderous fractions, but you also have to battle the environment and the wildlife. So it makes quite a detailed game. So, I think the game's going to be amazing, truly. I really, really do. And I can't imagine how our actual gameplay is going to be affected by the weather system, the different terrains of Oregon. Because, as I said, it's separated in 6 sections, just like the actual Oregon. So it'll have forests, then it'll have dry mountains, then it'll have snowy mountains, and, like, Sahara-type areas, deserts. But they're not exactly deserts, if you get what I mean. So yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting, as well as difficult. Them hordes. I mean, come on. But yeah, as well as obviously you got to deal with the fractions and the wildlife coming at you. I mean, Jesus. And to survive that, you're going to need to know some stuff. So if you do want to know how you're going to survive Days Gone, as well as like the trading and the scavenging, as well as a very unique feature known as choices, as well, sorry, I'm going on about here, as well as when the game is coming out and all the information on buying the game, then please check out part 2 of Days Gone, Everything We Know So Far. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.